How's it going? Welcome back, my beautiful sinners, to another great, fantastic video here with your host, the Savior. That's right, guys. Welcome back. Today, guys, I've got a very special little episode for you today. I've got a unique perspective for you because, guys, if you don't know, if you've been watching the Savior show for a long time, or perhaps maybe you're new here, I don't know, guys, tell me in the comments down below. And guys, if you do enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. Do it right now, and I will bless you with my Savior pyramid, special transgender, special, all-inclusive, progressive magic powers that I have, of course. Because, guys, today I'm gonna be talking about why I hate being British. Why I hate the British, or why I hate being British 2020. 2020, guys, it's the year 2020. Did you know that? Well, the YouTube algorithm needs to know it, guys, so I can suck on Google's tit. Okay, guys? Anyway, so I hope you enjoy this unique perspective, this unique little background I've got going on. I feel like it's very fitting with the rain because, guys, the weather in the UK, if you don't know, is always terrible. So anyway, like I said, a lot of people who watch me seem to, and it's not just people who watch my channel, it's just people I meet as well when I go traveling or whatever. People always seem to say, they can't figure out where I'm from. They can't pin down my accent, okay? And that's because I'm actually an alien, guys. Of course, obviously, you already know this, but, I grew up in the British world. I grew up in the England countryside. I grew up in this delightful country, guys. So I'm gonna be talking about why I hate being British and why being British is pretty much like the worst thing to ever be, and why this country sucks major balls. Okay, guys? So there's a little background story for you. Now you know that I am actually English, and yes, I am a British gentleman. I know a lot of the people watching are actually Americans, so in case you ever thought I was American, I'm not, okay? I think it's quite obvious. I mean, my accent is weird, I'll give you that, but it's got the hint of British in it, guys, and sadly, that's what I am. So, why do I hate being British? Why do I hate this beautiful country so much? Well, guys, there's so many reasons. Let's just first start off with the obvious, okay? And that is the weather, okay? The weather here is terrible, pretty much throughout the whole year, except the summer, where it can actually get a little bit nice occasionally, but most of the time, guys, it's raining, it's cloudy, it's miserable, it's depressing, guys. And you see, the countryside is, it's very majestical, it's very pretty, guys, but when the weather is absolutely terrible and when it's cloudy all the time, when it's raining, okay, it doesn't make you feel good, it doesn't make you feel happy, guys, and that's just UK life, okay? Now, the next thing is the people, guys. The people are kind of weirdly similar to the Japanese, and by this I mean that we are very apologetic, we are very, we have this false appearance of being gentlemen or being kind or whatever, guys, okay? And that's completely false, okay? Because actually we're selfish, cynical, just loathsome bastards that basically the only time we're ever happy as British people is when we can see someone else suffering, guys. And that's pretty much the British culture in a nutshell. So yeah, the British people, they may appear to be nice, but they're not. And if you go into the big cities like London and stuff like that, you'll realize that most people are complete assholes. And you get a lot of different groups of people in the UK. There's some places in the UK where I can't even understand what they're saying because the accent is so twisted and deformed. You get these kind of scummy people who are, let's just say, of the lower class. Not that I have anything against that, but they are not nice people. They are, they are very basically mentally deformed in their way of thinking, very group mentality kind of thinking, very tribal, okay, guys? And then you get the opposite, which is the super upper class, which are basically, a complete bunch of poshos that you think there's something special because they're intellectual academics or something, but actually, guys, they're just pretentious wankers. And those are basically the two things you get in the UK. You don't really get the middle. You get the middle class, which I guess is what I am, and they're basically just they're kind of like posh wankers as well. But at the same time, they're just complete trash. They just sit at home and watch, the most terrible thing that the British have ever invented, which is, of course, the BBC. And if you don't know what the BBC is, guys, well, aren't you lucky? Because basically, the BBC produces mass quantities of shit, and it basically brainwashes the public into believing that they're the only accurate form of news and opinions, when in fact they're terrible, they're trash, okay guys? And that's pretty much the British culture, okay? Now, another reason I don't like being British, okay guys, is the politics, and it's just the culture in general. We don't really have any traditions anymore. People who are proud of their countries, first of all, I don't like, okay? It doesn't matter what country you're from, you should never be proud of where you're born, because to me that doesn't make any sense, okay guys? Because no one chooses where they're born, right? So why be proud of something that you can't control, that isn't your choice? It doesn't really make a lot of sense. Fair enough if you really love your country and you're proud that you were born in that country, like America. Maybe if you have a little bit of a respect for yourself and your upbringing and all that stuff, that kind of makes sense. But respect for the actual country is a very kind of stupid mentality, I think, because the country isn't something that's alive, okay? The culture is always ever, changing and shifting, so you can't really be proud of something that is basically constantly evolving and basically something that doesn't actually exist in an individual point of view, I think. Anyway, so the culture of the UK is pretty much dead, okay? We used to have a great empire. We used to be amazing conquerors. We used to be, people used to fear us. People used to respect us. But now we're just a tiny little shit island that, can't even control, our own country, basically, that was separated into 3 little countries: Scotland, England, and Wales, okay, guys? So although it looks like we're a tiny piece of shit country, which of course we are, we also have like 3 little subcategories of shitty countries inside this giant shit country, which is great because people are so tribal and backwards and stupid. I mean, the Welsh, don't get me started on the Welsh. I mean, they're the most, pointless kind of... They're basically, they shouldn't exist. The Welsh are pointless, okay? They're basically a dying culture holding on to something that they think that they have, but actually they don't actually have anything. All that they have is sheep and molesting sheep and cows and basically being a bunch of racist assholes. So guys, needless to say, I don't like the UK. The people, the culture are both pretty terrible. They're both very stagnant, okay? It feels like we're not going anywhere. The political spectrum of the UK is a complete joke. No one respects the government. Our leaders are absolutely terrible. They have no backbone, no quality at all. And basically our country, our economy, everything about our whole way of life is pretty much a joke. And that's why I don't like Britain. That's why I don't like the UK, okay guys? Now, let me end it on a positive note, okay? There's a few things that I do like about the British culture, and that is tea, guys, okay? If you're having a bad day, if someone's just died or something, don't worry about it. You don't have to feel sorry for someone. You don't have to think of intellectual words to say to make them feel better or something. You can just offer them a cup of tea, okay? If you've just found out that you've got a brain tumor, don't worry about it, guys. Just have a cup of tea. That will solve all your problems, okay? That's pretty much that's all that we do in the UK, is sit inside with shitty weather coming down on us, watching shitty programs, drinking tea. And to be honest, I think it's a joke of a country. I think that we've fallen so far from what we could have been. For some reason, we still have kings and queens, which is so retarded, because they basically don't do anything except spend a shit ton of money, and they don't actually have any real power. We just, kind of hold them there so we think, oh, we're different, we're cool, and we're unique because we have kings and queens, even though they're basically just glorified millionaires. It's a goddamn sick joke, guys, and that's why I renounce being British, and that's why I come from the planet Zogar, and proudly, guys. Anyway, those are just my little opinions on why I hate Britain, Let me know what you think about the UK and Britain, and don't be fooled by Harry Potter and this idea that everyone's a gentleman and we're all posh little, little suit up wank bags that drive around on horses or something, because it's not like that, guys. It's really not. It's just a depressing shithole full of cynical assholes, pretty much, guys. And there's a few things to come out of the UK which are kind of decent, but most of it, like I said, is trash. And those are my little opinions. Let me know yours, and let me know if you're proud of where you're from, which I'm guessing is most likely going to be America, and why America is so great. I mean, guys, you can go outside in a desert, take fucking tons of acid, and go around shooting an M60 machine gun, and to me that sounds a hell lot more fun than sitting at home drinking fucking tea, okay? Anyway, guys, let me know, and see you in the next video. Have yourself a blessed day. Peace out.